Alright guys, what's up? It's Paradox224. Welcome back to another Minecraft tutorial. Now what we're going to be making in this one is we are going to be making a mob spawner. Now we're not going to make a normal in-game mob spawner if you find a mob spawner on the ground. We will do that next time. What we are going to do this time is we are going to cover sky spawners and everything to do with that. So the first thing you want to do is, and I'm going to take a while to do it, but I'm gonna do speed ups and I'm gonna do normal stuff, so I'm just gonna talk in this part. But the first thing you want to do is you want to get kind of a bit of a tower going. You want it to go up to about 190, 200. That's about where you want it to be. So I'll speed up through that part. How about that? Of course you did. Sorry about that. We're on a super flat world, so we gotta go really high up. So, next thing you want to do is you want to build yourself a nice little platform here. Maybe about, I want to say about 5 by 5 should do it. So, just one more. Whoop. Well, it is 5 by 5, but we're just gonna add it out a little bit more just to make it nice, because you want to make sure that you got a lot of room up here, because this is where 1 2 3 1 2 3 this is where you're going to be. This is where you are literally going to stay all the time, because this is the main landing. So what you want to do is you want I'm trying to think of how I had this set up. All right, it lands, so it goes about 2 out. I haven't made it in a while. I haven't made them since I was in my survival world by myself. So I'm trying to think of how I did it. So it's there. That's where they'll drop. So we're gonna do it right up there. Is what we want, because we want it to be like this. Yeah, kind of like that. Okay. So you want to have a spot kind of like this, where it's just one spot, and why you want that is because you want it to be so that when you have mobs and they fall down, oh right, I'm in peaceful because I don't want the slime noises. When you have mobs and they fall down, they can't see you. You can see them, but they can't see you. This will be glass, which I don't have in my inventory because I'm a scrub. See, so this way you can see them and they can't really see you and they won't bug you about it. So next, what we want to do is we want to build 3 8 by 8 what you call it 3 8 long paths, and I will speed that up. Alright, now that you've got the first 3 done, these are basically just your tubes. Your mobs will spawn at least 24 blocks away from you. So, this is the tube that leads them down. Basically, you'll see it when we finish the rest of it. But now, you want to build another 3. Now, these are going to be for where your spawning pods are. Alright, next you're going to want to build a wall around the the 3 tubes that we just made. Right to there. Kind of like this. This is just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. Actually, I think I did this wrong. Yes, I did. I did it wrong. Okay. It just needs to be like 1 high so the mobs can't get out. But that's fine. You want it to also be all the same level, because this is where the mob spawn pad is actually going to go. Yeah, I'll speed up to show you what I'm talking about. Somewhat like this, except to have it all filled up with stone. I'll do it in the end. But next what you want to do is the spawn pods, since they're 24 away from you, they have to be 8 long because we're going to put dispensers at the end of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And all the way over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. As well as on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think. Let me make sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. Alright. I will finish building the spawn pads. Alright, now that we've got the basics down, what we're going to do is we're going to put in the water, and we're going to fill up the, well, now we're not going to put the water in yet, because we didn't put the guardrails on here. We're going to put the guardrails on here, and we are going to build a roof for this part. Now, before I go back into the speed up, this is all walled off from this point, so they can't go here, and it's only too high. It's only too high, so that way Endermen can't spawn in this sky spawner. If they spawn in the sky spawner, they're just gonna start moving stuff around and picking stuff up and basically having this whole thing freak out. So, just too high, and I'll cover the whole thing up. Since I'm showing you guys just for creative purposes, we're not gonna do the whole thing. We're not gonna doodle the whole thing out. I mean, I'm just gonna make it one level. I mean, because it doesn't need to be. It doesn't need to be 2 levels. I recommend you use at least 2 levels, maybe 3. I mean, it's really based off of what you want to do with it. I don't really care. I like to use 2. I'm probably gonna make 2 with mine since I've got like 12 chests full of cobblestone, but you don't have to. It's completely up to you. Alright, so what we're gonna do is we are gonna set this whole thing up. Now, the cover or the roof of this thing actually goes straight out, and I will tell you guys why in a bit, but first we're gonna go back to the speed up. Alright, sorry about that. Fraps was just being a little weird, but now it's good. Okay, so we've done all this. It's now nighttime, which I'm happy with anyway, so we're gonna, before I show you why it has to be like this, we're just gonna doodle this up a bit with torches, just do, not really in any order. If you want, you can checkerboard them. I'll probably do that in my survival version of this, but just for demonstrative purposes, we're just doodling them up like that. That should do it fine. For now, it's just to make sure that no mobs spawn all the way up here. Just like this. Okay, so we just gotta break inside really quick. And the reason we have this whole thing sealed up is because it's super dark. Well, this is as dark as this texture pack gets. What is it? Oh, that's the armor. So now, we simply toss the water buckets in. Oops, did I do this wrong? Did I really do this wrong? No, I just made that one too big. Frack. Oh well. Demonstrative purposes, doesn't need to be perfect. That works. What? I put one there and I know I did. There. Alright, so just imagine that that was... Imagine that that was made properly. So now we're in the tunnel. And they're all riding down the tube. We going down the tube. And it stops here. And that's actually too close. It needs to be one back. Which is fine. It should be one back anyway. And I'll explain why in a second. But it needs to be one back. Yeah, it needs to be one back from what the thing is, because it needs to be able to get in there. Alright, so next thing we want to have is we want to have some signs. I have some signs. Alright, here, as well as half slabs. Doesn't really have to be anything, it just needs to be a half slab. Here, and here. It needs to be, what is it, at the top? It needs to be there, and there. Here, and here. There, and there. Perfect. Now, these are one block increments. Oops, I did that wrong. Why did I do that wrong? How did I do that wrong? How did I do that wrong? Does it need to be back farther? How did I do it wrong? I did it wrong though. That's all I know. How did I do it wrong? I have to think of how I did it wrong. I just gotta think. Oh, I need to put 2 signs here. That's why. That's why I did it wrong. There needs to be 2 signs there, and then here. Yeah, these need to be moved down one actually now. So here, there, and there. Alright, that should work. So now I should be able to fall right into that. Perfect! Alright, now, why this needs to be like this is because we are going to have buckets of lava. At least 1 bucket of lava. Up like that. See, and it falls right down like that. Perfect. Now, let's check to see if this thing works. Shall we? Put it on normal, and let's see. It may not work. It may not work properly because we are super flat, and there's ability for stuff to spawn down there. There it goes. There it goes. It's generating a couple. Now there's a thing that I didn't develop this. I was not the developer of this. But see, you can hear them all in there. You can hear them in there. They're all beep. They're spawning. Yeah, it works. It's only 1 layer, so they're not able to spawn. But there's a thing that works if you need it to. What you do is you go up. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Go up 14. This was developed by someone. I forget what his name was. Because I never learned it. Because I took this part from my Jevin. And this part from my Jevin was given to me in his tutorial, which he kind of like doesn't really mention them. So that's kind of the reason that I'm making this, is because I like to make tutorials. I like to do videos, and so I want my videos to be seen. And I want to be able to help you guys make things. And one of the things that I wanted to be able to help make is a sky spawner, because nobody really mentions these. Nobody really mentions them. I mean, there's fall spawners and all kinds of stuff like that, but this is a sky spawner. This is actually a sky spawner. You'll still get experience from it. Just build some stone swords just to kill them a little bit. We'll be adding a bit to it a little bit more later. I just haven't done that yet. Alright, so that's what you want to do. You want to make a cube kind of shape, kind of like this. For some reason, it just makes mobs spawn better, makes them spawn more, but it does. So just light this whole thing up so they can't spawn up here, just like that. Alright, and now we're gonna go back down this way. See, right here. See, these guys are glitching out. Now, why we have this set up this way. And there's the example. The mobs, the skeletons, the creepers, and the zombies will spawn down here. The spiders, however, can't. They cannot spawn down here. Or they can't fit through the hole. So the water current and the mobs actually push them. Watch, right here, you can see. I'll spawn a couple creepers in just to add to it, just so to make sure you can see it. See, they're pushing me along too. But see, now these spiders are caught, so these guys will fall just like that. They won't get burnt up. The spiders, not able to fit through the hole, slide all the way into the lava. Granted, you're not going to get the experience for the spiders, but the zombies, if they're smart enough, or if they're cool enough, will actually grab the string and the other materials as they fall down, which is great. It's perfect for what we need. Alright, so now you understand that part. Now, I'm going to wire up the redstone, and you're going to see... Okay, so you will get some stuff. Now I'm going to wire up the redstone and get the rest of the spawner running, and you guys can see that. Alright, so now this is where your customization of this can come into play. As you can see, there are 64 mobs in there. Alright, that's pretty good. Now, how the mechanics work. You have a button here, and that goes to a switch. There's probably an easier way to make this, I don't know. This is how I figured it out on my own. Because I like the ideas. If I see someone create an idea, I see it, and then I figure out how to make it on my own. So, this is how I did it. The button gets pushed, and it sends a signal that way and that way. It sends it to this piston, which pushes the cobblestone here. Now, this redstone holds a torch. It doesn't need to be on there. It does not need to be on. Oh, right, you can't break things with stores. Forgot about that. There. So, this sends a signal out when the button's pushed. It pushes the cobblestone here. That creates a circuit, and that goes up to the piston on this side and the piston on this side, which have been equally timed, which is good. It also sends it this way. There are 10 repeaters here, 2 repeaters here, and 10 repeaters back, and they are on full length, and the repeater here is simply just to complete the circuit. These are just to complete the circuit and make sure that they are pressed evenly at the same time and don't release the mobs. So, push the button. Sorry guys, sorry about that. Sorry about the noise. Grab. Ooh. Oops. I think it's actually a little too long. Let's. Sorry, I haven't made this in a little while. Let's take these two out. Why are you acting weird? is the weird thing about redstone. It always acts a bit finicky. I have to figure out why. It won't release. Why are you not releasing? Really? That's the problem. The redstone is powering the. Didn't do that earlier. Maybe I'll put it back. Put it back and see what it does. See if it still acts weird. Let's try again, shall we? So it may not be. So I may want to move that back. Wait. Oh, I didn't put. I took out the cobblestone. Whoopsies. Yes. Oh, it worked fine now. Let's try it. Yeah, that was weird. Okay, I guess I do have to leave that there. Alright, and then simply take him out with a sword. Is that a baby zombie? What the? How did you get in there? How did you get in there? I've never had this before. I've never had a chance of a baby zombie villager spawning. Alright, so we're going to put these two back in. Because I don't think there's a problem. So now, we've got about 40 zombies coming in. I'm going to put in the redstone for that part. And I will speed that up. And then we will have the full test of this thing, alright? Be right back. Right, one quick tip that I want to make sure you guys know. What we are going to be doing is we're going to be putting in dispensers here. Oops, not droppers. Dispensers. And we're going to put water buckets in all of them. The one thing you want to make sure is that you don't put the dispensers right next to each other like I do in the cow farm. Well, if you do, make sure that they're right next to each other, as in all of them are right next to each other. If not, make sure they're at least 2 spaces away. The reason for that being the water sources will actually combine and form new water sources if they're only 1 block away from each other. So you want to make sure that they're all at least 2 blocks distance from each other, like I have set up here. It's important. If not, your mob spawner will break and the water will not work, and the water will stay in the mob spawner. Also, another thing that I always do, where I have the button set up, which is right here, I put in 1 dispenser here, and I grab half slabs, which I don't have. Hopefully, should have kept these on me. I put in half slabs, and I set it up like this. The reason I set it up like this is so that way I have a water bucket in here, so that way whenever it's on, that's on, and whenever it's off, it's off. Alright, so now I'm going to double check that the redstone signal reaches all the way to the dispensers, and I'm going to put water buckets in all of them. Alright guys, so what we are going to do, we're going to go back to the game, we're going to go in here, clear our inventory. What I'm going to do is, this is what I'm going to do in our world as well. I'm going to collect some potions of healing, and put them in my inventory. I'm gonna give myself, what do we have in the game right now? We have a set of diamond armor, so that, and we have ourselves a diamond sword. Right, equip. We should be all set. Yes, we are. Alright. As you can hear, mobs are already falling down, but... Oh, let's build this enclosure in a bit more just to make sure that they don't burn up on accident. They don't burn up thanks to the, thanks to the lovely sun that's still out, unfortunately. Alright. So that says it's got about 50 mobs in it. Oh, there's 50 entities over there, at least. So we're going to clear this out, grab this, and we are going to switch our game mode to survival. Here we are. So now we're in survival. Oh no, there's a baby zombie. The baby zombies are new. For some reason, the baby zombies are spawned. So we're going to put this on. Can you get out? No, it doesn't look like you can. So we're going to turn the mob spawner on. Mobs are going to come down. See, if I go over there, the creepers are going to go crazy. So, this is how I play. This is how I do it whenever I use the mob spawner. I'll have them come down here. We're just going to wait for them to come down. Just a few of them. Just to make sure we get it nice and filled up with things. Kind of like that. Yeah, I apologize for this. I probably should have put some glass panes in here. Let's do that really quick. They're starting to flip out because I have nowhere to go. They're flipping out because their textures are... Their hitboxes are colliding and it's... there's a helicopter. It's 12:30 at night. Why is there a helicopter? Like, anywho. Mob hitboxes usually don't collide like this. If they were naturally walking in game, they would never collide like this. But because they're being dropped, their hitboxes are overridden, basically. So we're gonna go into survival, and now we're gonna use our machine. Again, sorry for the noise. Alright, toss your health potion, and then use your sword. Oh, there are coins in this. Alright, and there you go. Just do it a couple times. Make sure to add a level, like I didn't do. I only have the one level, so it's not going to work nearly as well as it should. But the water is working here, so let's go check. Let me switch to the sword so I'll be able to break it. The water is working in here, so no mobs are spawning right now. It's also not spawning because I'm in the thing, but if I turn the water off, they should start spawning again. And this will help. Whoa. So this was just so you guys could get the idea. 10 and 10 with 2 in the middle. Basic trigger system just to be on off. And we're gonna sit for a sec while we wait for them to load up. Come on. You want to. There's no one else for you to spawn, so it's not like you can go anywhere else. But this thing works pretty well. Make sure, like I said, about 190 is the level you want to start at. You want to make sure that you have at least 2 layers. This is real. I mean, you saw I only got 9 levels. It's good, but it's not the best it could be. The more layers you have, the more areas there is. The more areas there are for zombies or for mobs to spawn. You'll get more. You'll get faster levels. This was just for demonstrative purposes. I'm gonna use 2 whenever I use it. So, but see, as you can see, they're spawning really fast, and this works. Now, it's not the best in the world. If you stand here and a creeper shows up, he's gonna blow it up. But, wow, and I keep falling down this hole. You can customize it however you want. This is just the main idea. I'm probably gonna make this room a lot bigger since this is another room where enchantments are gonna go. Luckily, in our world, this is going to be a lot farther away. I've already planned out where it's going to go. That one huge tree in the swamp, we're going to put a post out there eventually, and that will lead up to the Sky Spawner, which will have its own, it'll have its own, nether portal. So we can just go through there. But, yeah. I hope you guys liked this tutorial. Please leave a like or a comment. I'm going to do a regular mob spawner tutorial next. It's going to be somewhat similar to this, but this is pretty good for a start. I hope you guys liked it. Please leave a like, please leave a comment. Please check out my other videos, or subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. I really hope you guys like this video, and I will see you guys next time.